Are
Are we good to go?
I think we already started, but
Oh,
yeah. Do the intro, Bob.
all right. What's the intro? Do we decide on a name?
Yeah, we decided volume.
Volume.
You've seen all the social media links and the graphics and the art.
I'm doing the thing.
Confirming,
It's a bit.
He
and
saw the art.
You're blowing the bit.
Yeah.
All right, it was a good
You're
bit.
blowing the bit already.
Volume.
Oh, yeah,
Welcome back to the Volume Podcast. I'm your host, Big Bob. Today we got our other hosts.
the same two.
Nate and Seth, as usual.
I was listening to. Go
What?
ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I mean, if you're gonna cut me off during my awesome, like
I thought you were. I thought you were just done.
I mean, honestly, that was
Bob's
probably
never
the
done.
best intro of all time.
All
of the
debatable.
eternity.
We should have the audience rate after the first 10 episodes. Rate the best intro for what episode had the best intro and who did it.
Yeah, it's obviously always going to be the ones that my mouth utters.
Well, probably not gonna me because I'm never gonna host it.
Seth won't host it.
Yeah,
I
you
want
won't
you
be
to host it. It's really annoying because I think it would be good. People are gonna now we've said this. People are gonna really want him to
Oh
host
yeah,
it.
maybe he can do like
It's a thing.
anniversaries and like special occasions.
You have to host it at
Anniversaries.
one point.
I'll host the 300th episode.
300th episode. How about the 13th?
300.
1, 2, 3. I'm the third
100th.
member.
So 13th.
I'm the third member, so I'm the 300th.
So that means you
What
should have
about the
hosted the third
33rd
episode. Yeah,
episode?
33rd, 13th, 23rd.
It's not monumental enough.
But you think we're gonna get 300?
No.
So, no.
I think we will. This is gonna be the greatest podcast. Podcast never ends.
I mean, what?
Already, we already have.
We do one a week.
We already have a patron.
Hold
a
on.
Patreon supporter.
A
I gotta shout them
Patreon.
out on Patreon. There is a Patreon.
No, it's an A.
The show hasn't even aired yet. We haven't put any episodes up. There's nothing up there. There's all the social media links, and that's it. And Tiny Oomps. Shout out to Tiny Oomps.
Tiny Oomp.
$20 patron
Tiny Oomp.
for nothing.
have-
Hopefully you like this.
they have
garbage when
faith
you
that-
get
If
it.
we do 300 episodes and we release one a year, one a month,
One a week?
one a week.
Worst host.
Worst host. That's 5.7 years.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Mark Maron's on like 1100,
Well,
some
our-
1500. I don't even
Yeah,
know.
but he's a
Our
professional.
guest,
He's
our
been doing it
guest
for 10 years.
Next week, our next episode, our guest is Mike Mitchell from the Doughboys podcast. They've been going for about 8 years now.
Oh, really? That long?
Great. Yeah. Great podcast.
Hey, can you not say who's the guest for next week, just in case we don't do them in order?
No.
We don't.
Well, it
we
doesn't
might not
matter.
release
No.
them in order.
Well,
That's
hey,
the magic
Mike
of
Mitchell will be
podcast.
on the episode.
So now we
something
have to
magic.
release this one before that one.
Yeah, sure. Why
Yeah,
not?
I don't know.
Or maybe
Blowing it.
maybe you already saw him.
You're taking out all the freaking movie magic of the whole film.
This gives
Maybe
you
you already
movie
saw him.
magic, showing that there is
This isn't BTS.
showing that their stuff isn't flowing the way you think. That makes it more interesting. Go, oh wait, because I love that when I watch something, I go, oh, that means they recorded this before that.
Yeah.
Then you start problem solving and putting pieces.
It's not an
together.
ARG podcast,
Maybe it is.
which I don't even. What does ARG stand for?
Alternate reality game.
Why game? It's not really
Because
a game.
there is. If it's an ARG, then it is a game where they have to solve stuff, and they're like finding.
Is
clues.
there AR other things?
And there's an end point where like they've completed the game. That's a true ARG. That's why I always said Dad isn't an ARG because there's no game to complete. It's just you watch it. But I do put in secrets.
So what is
that
it?
make
Is it
fun
an
to look
ARV,
for.
an AR alternate reality video?
It's not. I mean, technically, everything is an alternate. A movie is an alternate reality.
Well, don't be the technically. I don't give a crap.
That's what I'm
about
saying. Well, you're saying AR what? It's not
Is
AR
it-
anything.
is
If
it
it's an
something-
ARG, then it's AR something.
that. I'm asking you if there's other things that are like ARGs. You
Well, they
ding
call-
dong.
Not really.
Yeah, role playing games.
Yeah, there's
right?
just role playing in the woods or whatever. I'm a wizard.
No,
you
that's
know?
LARPing, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about
LARPing.
LARPing.
Live action alternate reality playing game. I don't know. It's just I don't watch those things.
All right, can I do the intro now?
You do another one?
That was half an hour ago.
Okay, do another
We have
one.
material to get to here.
What's the
Do
material?
an intro.
Well, I already did it.
I thought you wanted to do another
We have
one.
show and tell.
Well, you guys kept.
Do you have anything for show and tell?
No.
Oh, you're wearing something for show and tell.
Oh, my new song.
Wait, I
Yeah.
like doing another intro. Like
Yeah,
halfway
do another
through.
intro.
Welcome back to the Volume Podcast. I'm your host. Shit. Cut.
Cut. I'm your guest.
Worst house.
Cut. All right, that's a good. Let's keep that.
That's a
cut.
good one. Yeah.
Gotta do
Splice
another
that
one
sucker
later.
in. Yeah. At the end, we should do an outro.
We do.
Oh,
He always thanked the patrons.
Wait,
and
have
he
I
said,
been
Oh,
here
that's
the whole
true.
time? 'Cause
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Not mentally, usually.
I had a
Bob and I are over here just
I
like.
had an espresso, all right. Now I'm
But your brain is ruined your brain function. Drink
My-
some water.
my
Wash that thing
brain was
down.
ruined when I was
the
born.
proportion of like that espresso to your mass is like, is that effective?
Yeah,
Yeah, but my
Definitely.
brain is tiny compared to my mass also.
He's
So
a
is the
dinosaur.
choco white to your brain?
Like a brontosaurus.
You ever see that Tiny Toon? You know, remember Tiny Toons, the cartoon? There's an episode that sticks with me. A moment in an episode. I thought about it almost every day of my life.
Oh my
Every
God.
day
Things
is
that- it
such
pops
an
in your head
You
all
don't think of it every day, but
Fine,
you probably
yeah.
think of it a lot.
Twice a day then.
Oh my! I know what he's gonna say.
Because you saw it too. Because you watched it. It was programmed into your brain too. There was an episode where Elmira, the bratty girl, held a burning pot, and you could see the heat going through her sense of her body and getting to her brain, and it was like super slow.
They were demonstrating how dumb she was.
And it showed like the comparison of like a dinosaur of when it would feel something and the speed and
The
its
reaction
brain
to
would
the-
go, oh, that hurts. And then she holds the pot, she walks around, she puts it down, she sits down, does something else.
No,
it's later,
Yeah.
moments later, and she goes, ow, something hurt me.
Nah,
It's
but
like it wasn't even
the-
her hand anymore.
But the joke is she's babysitting this little animal, and she's boiling milk, and the milk is scalding hot, and they're like, "Oh, Elvira or whatever her name is, her pain receptors are really slow, like a dinosaur," and it shows it traveling up her arm, and the baby's like, "Ah!" like because the baby knows it's smoking hot, and then finally, by the time she just about pours the milk into the
Yeah.
animal's mouth, she like freaks out and it gets hot, and then like it's suspenseful.
And you think about that every day.
I do. It's a thing that just is in my brain because I remember.
You know,
that
there's not
joke.
too much in that brain of yours.
There's a lot in this.
Every day,
Not
you
at
have to
all.
think of that every
I
day.
I hang.
All my thoughts push the
Thinking
hair
about
out.
that.
Every day.
Every day, I think about Elvira's cartoon versus Einstein. Every day is like, "God, what is
Elmira.
relativity. Like, well, how do I solve the universe? Like,
Are you comparing us to geniuses?
I'm saying this is what the
This-
Nathan
this
thinks
is
about
not
every day.
The
This
genius.
is what another person.
And in my head, I go,
We should get. We should get.
just laughing about it.
We should get a genius on here.
We should get a
get a
genius.
genius.
Craigslist, genius. Anyone a genius? Come on. We're going to get a lot of responses. Oh,
Yeah, I'm
we
a
should get the guy that says he's a genius from Craigslist. Like,
Yeah.
come
Just
on.
grill them with ridiculous questions.
Speaking of guests, I want to bring on some Craigslist people. I wanted to find. We want to
A
get
genius.
We want to get a psychic on the show. We've been talking about this because we want
I
someone
don't
to do.
think it
I'm afraid of
We
this.
want someone to
I
do our.
want to do it, but I just don't. I think it will take too long.
It won't.
It will take a long
No,
time.
it won't. We can do it in an hour.
A tarot reading?
A tarot card reading does not.
I guess
take
if you
very
do like
long.
a 10-minute one each.
Yeah, she sits, does all of our
You
cards, and
don't,
then we
they
talk
can't
about
do
the
it in 10
Of
minutes.
course they can. Have you ever had a tarot card reading?
No, it's dumb.
I've had 100 of them. I love
100
them.
of
You can
them.
have them done quick. You can tap. She can just do it and give you the basics. She reads the card. She goes, "Yep."
All right. Go on Craigslist.
But I think we should get a
We need the
Craigslist person.
oldest
because it'll be a
person we
lot
can
more
get.
interesting if they're like don't really know what they're
yeah,
doing.
they don't know what to
person.
do. They
Or we
can't
can
know
get.
us.
I got to.
Why the oldest person?
I
Because
got
they're
to.
more tarot-y looking, you know?
Oh, I thought you meant because they were just gonna be painfully like slow and confused and like.
No.
They fall
So,
asleep.
so they're on our level?
I do have someone that said that they would do it this well, but she's good on camera. It's from a person from one of the TV networks we've worked with. This woman was like, "Oh, get so and so." So I went to this woman's birthday party in Palm Springs where I talked to a medium, and it was all very spiritual, like birthday thing. It was awesome. Did all kinds of like hoobie booby stuff. So I was like, "Oh, she'll know." So I asked her and her husband, and they recommended someone. But I was talking to Bob about it, and Bob thinks we need to get someone different. So I was like, well, maybe we should go the Craigslist route.
Yeah, maybe Craigslist.
Because if we want comedic, this lady might just give us real.
Well, I don't think we need
Yeah.
comedic. We don't want them to know what it is, kind of.
Well, I think this woman that we got would be good. She
Well, that lady's legitimate. Like
she'll
she's
come
like,
on and she'll be good for a camera and she'll know what to say and she'll.
It won't
do
be like us
legitimately.
goofing around and be just like, really? What does that mean?
Of course we will. We're gonna say something stupid based on whatever she tells us.
Personally, I've never said anything stupid in my entire life.
Well, you tried 3 intros already, and those were pretty.
They weren't stupid.
2 or
Couldn't
3.
get through. You couldn't say the word.
I mean, I spazzed out a little bit on all of them. But
Yeah, well.
So this week, Bob has the quiz. Bob made the quiz
yeah,
this week,
I only got 5 questions.
and next week. You-
5
next week-
cues.
You-
I have
how many-
next
you make
week.
3 quizzes.
Dude, next week, since you already let it go that we're doing
if it's next
a
week,
guest
or you
next
already
week.
saw it.
Yeah, next week is all Massachusetts, New England questions.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna know none of them.
I don't think you'll know most of them.
Probably not.
I
bet
was
you,
reading
you
them, I
didn't
was
know any of them until you looked it up.
Nah, I know some of them I do. Some of them you'll know.
Yeah.
Some of them you'll know. For sure.
Well, this week I brought something special. I brought show and tell.
Oh yeah, you did
guess.
a show and
That's
tell
tried-
for a
Wasn't this
podcast,
part
huh?
of your show and tell
Nice.
before?
This is the
Can I
database.
open this?
This is
this a-
always here.
People like this noise. Hold on.
ASMR.
Ooh, sexy.
I think some people probably do like.
My show and tell is my watch. My my
watch.
Zelda.
Did I buy you that?
No, I bought it for myself
Did you?
a long
buy
time
that?
ago.
I thought I got
My
you a gift of a
1980.
watch.
You might have got me one. This one, I don't. Maybe you got me this one. I don't think you did. 1989 Zelda Game and Watch.
Why don't you take
You
it
actually
off?
play the
Nathan,
game?
so that you
Could
can
take it
show
off.
people.
No, don't. You don't.
Well, I'm just saying instead of
it-
twisting
it-
your
Just
wrist.
Google it, dude.
does.
Ask Jeeves.
It does work.
Is it on?
What does it
No,
play? Does it
the
play?
battery. I've changed the battery once. I have to change it again. It was
Just
a couple
sucks
years
up
play
the
ago.
Zelda?
battery, huh?
No, it was like 5 years ago.
What do you play on?
Or it
What
was,
is it? The game?
I got that in 2011.
Zelda.
Do you play Zelda on it?
Yeah, you're in a dungeon, and you.
It's like one singular.
It's one
Explain the
singular
freaking watch, dude.
It's one dungeon, and you're your Link, and you're beating the dungeon. I've never beaten it.
You've never beaten any.
You're
game.
basically just avoiding enemies.
Is this a true
come in,
fact?
you're
You've
moving
never
around.
completed a game.
You can't complete it
without cheating.
anyway because it's just racking up points. You just get a point
True
for
fact.
everything you.
So I'm
it just
right.
Goes
You've never
forever.
beaten a game.
This game. I've
No,
never
any game.
beaten. I've
Ever.
beaten,
Any game.
I just beat a game the other day.
What game?
Sniper Elite 4.
Oh my god, that game's so easy.
No, it's not.
Oh my god. yeah.
All right, okay, wait a second. Look up the last thing to do in that game. It's
Easy.
crazy hard. There's a jet. All of a sudden, the game gets super hard at the end.
Okay, here's a question.
It's you have to shoot this guy's engines before he flies away, and there's like it's so hard to do.
If you've ever seen Nate aim, it is hilarious.
It's not the same as Fortnite.
Oh
He's talking about
my-
Fortnite because
No,
I played that with
I
you.
watched you stream it, dude. Your cursor.
No. That's
It's not
that one
smooth
game.
at all.
That's that one gun. You can't because you're using the analog stick, and you can't. It doesn't move smoothly. It just jumps. So you can move it a little bit, and it jumps.
Yeah.
That's that one gun. It's dumb. But the sniper rifle, I can do it. It's smooth, and I can move, and I can zero in. And Sniper Elite 4 is one of the best games I've ever played. 5, I'm
the
not
best
enjoying
game
much.
ever.
Honestly, it's
That's
one of
what
the best.
that lady-
Because you can shoot them in the testicles. You can shoot Nazis in the testicles, and it does this thing where it's slow-mo, the bullet's going at them. It does an x-ray of their body. You see their testicles hanging there, as well as every other organ, and then it hits the testicle, it explodes, and it
Oh,
goes,
man.
testicle shot.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's so funny and satisfying. And I've
I
gotten
feel
them
sick.
me and the audience, they put wagers on Twitch where it's like, will he get the testicle shot in the next shot? And they win a ton of points if I do it. So I'm like really trying to get them. I've gotten hundreds of testicle shots in this game. And the best one is when the Nazi guy is facing the other way. You can kind of guess. You go, okay, you're aiming at his butthole. You're like, okay, this is his butt. I'm going to go through his butt and out to his testicle.
So awful.
And when you get it,
I hate
it's
it.
so funny. It's like,
pretty fun.
through the butthole testicle shot. It's amazing. Look
I
on
watched him
YouTube.
stream that for like 45 minutes, and he literally only shoots at their crotch.
Always.
Like he'll zoom in, and it'll be right on the guy's, like right between the guy's eyes, and he scrolls
Yep, every time.
right for the dingus.
And you get more points for headshot, and you get eye shot, it goes through their eye. It's like,
Nah, you
but like it's not as satisfying.
Yeah.
It's so funny to shoot them in the testicles, and then they die
gross.
because of it.
So gross.
well, yeah, you die. if
You would
got
just be
your-
like, "Oh my freaking nuts!"
I don't think you-
if
die.
you got your whole
I don't think
lower
you-
body blown.
You wouldn't
off.
die.
yeah, but not from your
Yes.
castration won't
You
kill
maybe
you.
bleed out after a while, but you wouldn't die. The guy just dies. It's like
It's
his
a
heart.
sniper
His heart was in his testicles.
rifle. It goes through.
Yeah, but if you shoot just the testicles off, you don't die from castration.
You know what? I don't.
You-
the fifth
you-
one, they're really low now.
it goes.
They're like
made it
super low. It's
easier.
like I
It's
can't
not
find the
just-
testicles.
It's not like you're laying down and your nuts are just hanging there. It's going through your nuts. It's going through.
Well, I don't know. The
all
game
your
sounds
lower
like it's just-
extremities.
We gotta get a doctor on here.
Yeah,
I don't
good
think you
doctor.
die if you get shot in the testicles. You just
just
lose
the
your
testicles.
If it was
maybe
just
not,
the
but it's
testicles.
going
Yeah,
through everything
it's
else.
only getting one every
It's
time.
blowing up your rectum and all that other stuff too.
No, not in the game.
Yes, it
It's
is.
showing just the testicle explode, and the cords blow up too. But that's about it.
That's what I'm saying. In the
That's
game,
what you're hyper.
it seems like it's just the testicles.
No,
yeah,
it's not
what,
just
what they
the
show you is the testicle exploding, and then the guy just falls over and dies.
you would die.
you
It's a
wouldn't.
sniper rifle.
Well, what happens if you shoot him in the foot?
They die too.
Okay, so then
Yeah.
it's probably not.
Yeah,
But
and you
sometimes it takes
Not
like,
right away.
Sometimes it takes like two.
Yeah, but in the game they die, right? Like within
See,
minutes.
he
Well,
says it
seconds.
takes two.
Sometimes it takes two for a limb, but you would never die if you got shot twice in the leg. Instantly.
Not within seconds.
Well, you could.
The game's just like, yeah, you got them.
If
They're
you get
dead.
your leg,
Move
like
on.
if you get shot with a 50 cal in the leg, you'd die.
Eventually, if you had no
If you
treatment.
get your leg blown off,
from
you
bleeding
die
out.
within 2 minutes.
From bleeding out.
Yeah, your blood just goes.
If your leg got
Be
blown
like
off,
that alive. Shh.
no, if your leg got blown off from like a mine or something, and it was just your leg, and the rest of your body was intact,
What do you think happens
you
to all
wouldn't
these
just die.
war veterans with missing limbs? They're not dead. They're still around.
Yeah, but this is 2024, dude.
2024.
I guess that's what I'm
that was
right?
that was World War II.
Yeah, maybe
It was
not.
the 1940s.
That's true.
Anyway,
You were talking about something about 24 hours, like something 24-hour streams.
Bob said do something through the podcast.
24-hour
in a row.
podcast.
Was that
24
what you
in a
said at the
row?
beginning, that we
Yeah,
should shoot
24
24 episodes in a row? You reminded me of this movie I saw part of once.
Network.
This is not like as exciting as video games, I guess, but it reminded me of
Oh my god.
Helen and
Is it
I.
a French
were
movie?
in- no, it's British.
I thought
guess.
you only watched French movies.
I watch
Speaking
all
of movies,
Wait a minute.
Let
we
him
got-
tell a story.
I just say we got
That's
to do that
next
list.
time.
Hey, hold
Maybe
on.
we should do it this week.
I think that's.
I'm not
next
saying it now. I just want to remind us.
What are we reminding me of?
Continue.
She and I impromptu went to the Tate Museum at night because it's not usually open at night, and then we found out it was open, and she's like, "Oh, I don't know if we
Was
should
it an
go."
event?
Yeah, there was a thing going on. I'm like, "Come on, let's go," because I really like the idea of being in the museum at night, and then so we went.
Because you're a movie you love.
There's no light in there
Not in the museum?
anyways.
Yeah.
It's not lit. There's no natural lighting in museums, so it doesn't matter.
No, yeah, no,
It's like cool in some areas. It's dim. You know. It's
but
Damn,
like being in
anyways,
a
there's
theme
no
park.
natural
nah,
lighting.
no, this place has like skylights and stuff and windows. It's like an old power plant. But anyway, the point is, we went to this exhibit, and they were running a movie all night.
They do that in most museums, don't they?
And the movie was a 24-hour film,
Oh.
and it's literally 24 hours. They start the movie at the time the movie starts. So if the movie starts at noon, that's when they started the film.
So it's noon to noon?
So it would go, and it's
So it's like
true
real time.
to real time.
Yeah.
But also, the movie is composed of like hundreds of other films where, like, you know, you're watching, like, I don't know, like The Third Man, and they show a clock and it's like 2:33.
So there's a big edit forming a new story from.
Yeah,
other
and he
clips.
kind of like the filmmaker composed like kind of like
It's
a
all the
narrative.
dialogue from other words, other films
Yeah,
too.
yeah, it's
they piece
all
together
piece-
sentences.
And then it'll be like Paris, Texas, and he looks at his watch and it's like, and you know, it's 7:45, and then I was like, oh, and then I suddenly realized, I'm like, it is 7:45 in real time.
Yeah, yeah.
And so the movie is coinciding with real time, but also
Oh, that's cool.
it is 24 hours long.
Yeah.
So he made this, and everything. So whenever you see a clock,
So it's a giant copyright strike.
whenever you see, whenever
Now,
you,
yeah.
whenever you see a clock in the film, it is the true time in the film.
That's real. You know how hard that would be to sync
he
up
went
in
through
real time?
thousands of movies.
Yeah, but just imagine
find
just
this
sync-
stuff.
Sounds like a nightmare.
Like you're just sitting there at the DVD player going,
The DVD player.
"Bro, yeah," hitting the play button. So
the movie is
I don't
like,
know that's how you get.
nah,
your
the movie was made. In the
No, I'm
like,
saying to play the movie so it's perfectly in
Oh, to
sync
line it up.
with time.
Oh,
Yeah,
you have to
yeah,
hit
yeah.
Play right at noon.
Yeah, but then
they're
you
sitting
gotta-
there waiting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
yeah,
Too hard to do.
yeah.
Is this a new venture for you? Gonna make a
24-hour movie. I'm gonna make a 48-hour movie.
how many movies are you currently making right now? So,
2.
Two.
why did he answer?
Yeah, because I couldn't remember.
Because he couldn't think. He sat there and I was like, he's not saying anything.
Is there more? Do you have more than 2 in the works? You have like a third one in your brain right now?
There's always many
He
in
has
the
scripts
brain.
he's writing.
How many scripts are you writing?
I don't even know. 5.
Are you
He
serious?
jumps back and forth every day. It's like, well, I'm working on this one again. How do you think I should do? What do
But
you
that's
think
the
about
problem
that?
I was telling
Working on
Nathan.
this one again. What do you think I should do?
Attention deficit disorder.
That's what I was telling Nathan. I'm like, I kind of get frustrated because, like, you know, I'm really excited about this script and I write like 20 pages or more, and then like I'll start thinking about the other one. I'm like, oh, that one, and then I'll start doing that one, and now I hate when I like spread myself thin. I'm doing like 4 or
As long
5
as you're doing
scripts,
something, I think.
and
I
then
don't
the
think it
2
matters.
films, and it's like I just gotta
Why
focus.
you don't eat?
Maybe. Don't have enough time
Yeah,
to
he's
eat.
always writing.
World's skinniest man.
But then it's like, you know, I was listening, and I always talk to Nathan about this stuff, and I know not to compare myself, but like Christopher Nolan was talking, and he's
He
like,
always compares himself to Christopher Nolan.
I compare myself
Most
to
successful
every
filmmaker
film.
ever.
I compare myself to every
I mean, that's a good,
filmmaker.
that's a good benchmark.
Yeah,
If I don't
Christopher-
get up there, I'm
And he
never-
always says statements as if he just knows Christopher Nolan. He goes, Christopher
No,
Nolan. doesn't do
I'm
that."
just telling
Like,
you-
You don't know what he does in his life and how his process.
I'm
at
telling you
all.
what I do know that he has shared of his life, and he says, you know, when I get into a project, I focus on that one thing, and I do it all. He's like, I don't let my attention.
And you know what Christopher Nolan doesn't do? do? Think about other filmmakers. He does what he does, which is what you should do. You should just do what
Maybe.
you do.
I bet you he thinks
and just
about
go by your process.
But my point,
Maybe Christopher Nolan's thinking about Seth.
he doesn't.
maybe,
know.
but my
James
point is
Jarmusch
just that
doing it.
he focuses, and I've done that. Where like with my book, when I wrote my book, I for 8 hours a day, every day, all I did was write and edit and revise the book, and then I finished it after like a year and a
Because
half.
some things consume you more than others, and
I
it's
can't do
fine
that.
if one thing doesn't, and you are jumping around. I'm always jumping around different projects.
Yeah, but
Constantly. My whole life has
it
been.
just depends on your
but look at how
personality.
much I've gotten done.
But I do know that I can focus on one thing.
You hyper focus though.
Yeah, it's fun to kind of bounce around sometimes, and sometimes you focus on one thing. It doesn't matter.
But I'm
Seth
always saying that-
penalizes himself and thinks like, oh, something's wrong with me because I'm not doing it the way.
I'm not saying anything's
Christopher
wrong with
Nolan
me.
does.
I'm not saying anything's wrong with me. I'm not comparing
The
myself
fact
to
that you're
Christopher Nolan.
actually even thinking about it is a critique, which it shouldn't happen. You should never think about what people do.
Nathan
Just do what
talks
you
as
do.
if we're computers, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you shouldn't do this thing because you just shouldn't.
That is-
It's unfair thing to do to yourself to compare yourself to other people. It's pointless.
Everybody compares themselves to other people.
I
But
don't.
I'm not saying to myself, "Oh my God, I'm not
You
a
never
film."
compare yourself ever to anybody else.
No, why would I do that to myself?
Nathan,
I like what I do and I like what I make. And I like
Everybody-
Every time I see an Instagram post, you're like, "Oh, I want to be ripped like that guy." That's comparing yourself
No,
to somebody else.
me wanting no, I don't go. Oh, my process of doing this isn't the same as this person's process.
yeah,
It
but
should
your
be more like that
Bob's
person. I've
point
never done
isn't that specifically you're not doing what I'm doing. His point is that you do compare yourself to other
work-wise,
people.
creatively. You shouldn't think about what other people do. Just do what you do.
Anyway,
I mean, generally, yes.
I don't try to live by Christopher Nolan's
Brings them up every day.
life rules or whatever.
Are you thinking about Christopher Nolan twice a day, like Nate thinks about this?
About Elmira, Tiny Toons.
But what was I saying? I can't remember what my point was.
Multiple.
Just that
I mean, you never get to your point. You
I
always
think I
know
can
that.
focus
on
on
this.
one thing, like the book. I can do like the Christopher Nolan approach, where I do pour everything, and so I get a little bit frustrated when I start doing multiple things, and I have 7 things 3/4 of the way done, versus like one thing.
I mean, I'm with you on
100%
that, dude. I have a hard time getting to the finish line.
Yeah,
But
but
it's with your mom.
that script that's just so stupid. That script I sent you that you read, I finished that. I
Yeah.
did 13 or 14
Oh, I like that
drafts of
script.
that.
And
But
what'd you do with it?
I felt like it didn't really like work, so I kind of like stepped away from it. But
I mean, yeah, you need a second set of eyes that knows about
I just
just
need
for some like not like loose ends, but you know what I'm talking.
I
You
just
know, 'cause
see-
I read it.
It's because I was in
Did you read
two
that?
minds. Yeah, he
No.
read it.
What
He
one
read
was
he read a draft before your.
I don't know
when
what
you
movie it
read
was.
The dog with a bone one.
Oh yeah, I read that.
But anyway,
He's a bad critic, though.
I was in two minds of like things, so I didn't. That's why the script suffered, because I didn't like really
I don't think this-
decide on a thing.
See, you are too hard on yourself for sure.
No,
Yeah,
because I
you
do think
Suffered.
because I wasn't like this is the way it's gonna go. I was like I really like this, and I also really like this. Let's see
That's
if I
true.
can
'Cause when I
combine
was
them.
talking about, I thought of that too. It was like a very big fuck.
I tried to combine two like themes basically,
I mean,
and so I had to go back and just choose the one. And
The audience
do it
has
that
no
way.
idea what this is, so it's probably not very interesting.
No, well,
what do you mean?
no less interesting than any other stuff we talk.
I think because they're never gonna see this, so it's like kind
Well,
of
they may. I hope they do.
So messed.
and not for a long, not immediately. I'm saying.
I started this to energize him about his creative abilities here, and you're trying to poop on him. Come on.
I think more. Well,
Be
we
a
need
good
to know.
brother.
We need to know about your new sunglasses.
What's there to know about him?
Well, tell us.
What is the UV rating on those sunglasses?
Zero.
Where are they from, and how much
Zero.
were they?
$250.
Can I see
$2.50.
those?
China.
$2.50.
Yeah.
I wanna see if they have any-
before.
I don't even know what they look like.
Bob is the king of just having tons of cheap, weird sunglasses.
It's so funny because I
Put
did.
them on and shut up.
No, I mean I
Let's
listened.
go.
I listened to an
What are
episode.
you looking at? Stop.
I'm looking for the markings that tell you what their like ratings.
They're
are.
not rated. They're from
And
freaking
there's-
China, bro.
And there's literally nothing on these
They're
sunglasses.
They're not real
It's a
sunglasses.
tint-
No, but you can get
don't
glasses from
exist.
China that have like the UV 400.
Fashion over function, my guy. Oh, those are pretty badass.
They're literally virtual reality.
I feel like I'm from the future with these.
no,
they're
let's take
the-
the pic.
I feel like I'm
they're
looking
the-
from the future.
They're the size of the new Apple headset.
You look. This look that you have, you're like a generic '80s like.
Why do
I'm
I-
gonna rob a bank guy.
Oh, just the hat.
You're a wet. You look like a wet
Can
bandit.
I get my Sonners back?
I can't believe there's no information on these. It's so funny.
Dude, they're $2.50.
It doesn't matter because I listened to the
It doesn't
podcast
matter.
about sunglasses. Someone's like, oh, here's some really good Ray-Bans, for example, or whatever. And they were like, okay, we did the Ray, and they shot the laser beam through it, and like it deflected a certain amount of UV. And then they took a pair that were like $3 from like just a street vendor, and they also were UV 400, and they did just as good of a job on certain elements.
Those are the glasses I get. I get the ones off of the stands in like Venice. These just like generic sunglasses.
Time out for a second. You listen to a whole podcast about freaking sunglasses.
Nathan doesn't like the podcast Helen and I listen to.
Oh, it's so boring.
It's about the whole. There was an hour of just.
It was a half an hour podcast about. It's called Sliced Bread.
They do different things. They often talk about food.
That's not the same one. There's another one that Helen and I listen to about nutrition.
That one is the really boring.
But
the other one I don't know about.
To get nutrition.
I don't think I know the other one. I just know the boring.
The other one that Helen and I listen to, it's called Sliced Bread. And they test, like, are these sunglasses the best thing since sliced bread, or are they
You told me
BS?
the shitty sunglasses are fine.
That one sounds interesting.
Some of them are, but they also have, like, a shade rating. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Like, 4 being you can't drive in them because they're too dark. But then 3 is, like, the average.
How dark is that? I want to get a 4 shade rating.
Yeah, there's, like, certain...
You're going to crash. You won't even see anything.
Well,
it's just your eyes are closed.
You guys are...
They're not that...
They just push your lids closed.
4 is like actual blinders, like a welder's mask. Is that a 4 or is that darker than 4?
That's more than a 4.
Yeah, it's a good...
But, yeah, you would... But they had... But it was interesting.
I have a question about welding. When you're wearing that welding...
Why are you asking us?
This is the thing I always thought about. When you wear a welder's mask, it makes it so dark because when it's really bright, you can then see
the spark.
The spark.
Yeah.
When you're not doing it,
you have
how
to
do
line
you
it up.
find it? Because you can't...
You got to line it up, and then you close your mask, and then you...
you line it up, close your mask. Oh, my hand moved. Oh, I can't find
That's
it now.
the whole skill of welding, I think.
It seems like... How do you see what you're doing?
You hold the thing...
I know.
You line it up.
Yep.
You close it with your offhand, you ding dong.
Yeah, but that's the hand with the
weld it.
But that's the other hand. You don't just weld with one hand.
You can.
You should then bring that hand back.
It depends on what kind of welding I think you're doing. No, because there's a gun.
The main question I have is, how do you see anything when it's not sparking?
It
must just be
don't
black.
really.
You don't.
So how do you know what you're doing?
When the light kicks in.
That's why
you're not always welding the whole
bind
time.
Oh my god.
Seems impossible.
You lift the mask up.
Impossible. But then your
It's
hands.
so
but then your hand.
simple.
So here, I'm welding.
Nathan doesn't like that. It's not like you can't see.
I wanted to see it happen, so I can go. Oh, okay. So you're all right. Here's the spot I want to weld.
Yes.
Okay. Gotta close the mask. Where'd it go?
You know where your hand is. You know where this hand is.
Yeah, but what if you're welding? What if you're just welding a random spot and then the metal is actually a millimeter lower?
Take your glasses off and do something.
Start
it's the same
welding,
thing.
but then you're gonna be welding the wrong thing.
But Nathan, if someone says, "Here's a hole in your pants. Put your finger on it. Now close your eyes and put your other finger next to that finger." I can do that.
Yeah, if it's the right, it has to be a very specific surgical spot.
If it were that kind of precision welding, where it's needle thread width, I don't think that is welding. I think that's soldering or something.
Just proved welding is impossible.
So stupid sometimes.
This is the pedantic nature of the brain.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Yeah, we should have
we need a genius, but not a welder.
Also, I don't know anything about welding except for just that tiny little bit I shared. There may be a way to get that spark going before you make contact.
I think they have automatic masks
so that it lights up. I don't know.
The mask turns on and off.
They got it on their little welder. It goes down.
Yeah, maybe it's like auto shading or something.
Maybe. No, actually, I think I've seen them go like this, where you just kind of like flop it down.
Yep.
Still, when that's down, you're blind.
But I'm saying there might be a moment. Also, it's not pitch black.
How do you know someone's not robbing you when they have that on?
In your workplace?
You could be.
Have you ever been robbed?
It could be, but they're probably in the locker room robbing you.
Yeah, watch out.
You get robbed right now.
Yeah.
They could be robbing you in the locker room, so it doesn't matter if you're wearing a mask or not.
John might be taking money from our walls right now.
Yeah, but I'm the coolest.
Don't know. You don't know. You have sunglasses on.
I'll go handle
We'll
it.
see it though.
This is only a shade of 1 though.
Shade of 0.
Yeah, but that's like you.
Can I try those on?
No.
I want to see how dark they
I
are.
don't think so. I think we're not. I don't think I'm allowing that.
I do wonder what they're made out of.
Because you're not going to be able to function if you can't.
I might
something.
fall off the chair because I won't be able to see where the ground
fall off the
is.
chair because your legs are too short.
I listened to another episode about mosquito repellent on that podcast.
Does that work?
Anything interesting?
Yeah, because it tells you. Because basically the citronella doesn't really work. And
citronella does.
I heard some of them attract mosquitoes.
They said the citronella doesn't work. They basically take there's 1,000 or something mosquitoes in this box, and there's a mesh top like a screen door, and you put your arm right up very close to the screen, and the mosquitoes all go "Wah," and they try to get, and they think they're sucking your blood because they're putting their noses through the mesh, and so they stay there and they try to suck, and then they put different things on your arm to test it.
If you don't put citronella on yourself.
Well, there is a citronella bug repellent.
No, the citronella is a freaking candle.
I know, but that's the same chemical idea, repellent idea. The same stuff that comes out of the smoke in the little coil is the same stuff that you put on your skin. Like they used that.
Okay.
Anyway, and that didn't do anything. Like they just didn't acknowledge it at all. And then they did.
This mosquito still came to you.
So just camp in
Yeah.
the winter. Who cares?
But there are people who live like in countries where there's just they have to.
That's like an answer I would say.
Yeah.
It's not just for campers.
Who's it for?
It's for people who live in mosquito infested like areas and jungles and
Like
stuff.
like
and
the swamp.
Like-
If you're in the jungle, I don't think
In
you're
South
having
America.
a little citronella candle sticking out. Oh no!
or people traveling,
Yeah,
you
go
know,
to Bed Bath and Beyond and then sit in the jungle.
people
with it.
traveling where there's where there's malaria. They're traveling. You
Martha
know?
Stewart in the jungle. Oh, I forgot my citronella.
Basically, DEET is the only thing that really worked,
And DEET is for ticks too, isn't it?
and I think it works for ticks too.
Ticks
But
are the
they put
really
on their arm,
thing
and
you're
like
worrying about.
none of the mosquitoes came up. Like one of them sort of came up for a second, looked around, and then it went away.
I watched a video the other day. It was gross but really satisfying. There was an armadillo.
Don't tell me any disgusting like
No,
wart
no,
removals and
No, well,
like,
sort of. I'm not gonna get into details, but there was a lizard, like an Australian lizard thing. The guy was like holding it, and he caught it, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna get ticks off it." So like, has this.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I already hate.
Cover your ears.
Yeah,
wanna
but I
say this.
have to
Earmuffs.
talk.
Earmuffs.
I have to talk so that I
I'll whisper
can't
it.
hear
I'll
you.
whisper it.
Say it to me. Say it to me.
Pulling out like big ticks out of the thing's ear, and the ear was just like a hole.
Why was it in the ear?
Are you
'Cause
done
ticks
telling
crawl
this
in there.
disgusting story?
Why in the ear though?
That's where the ticks
I
crawl.
hate
They crawl
this.
in.
Why do you have to tell disgusting stuff?
I couldn't believe how many pull out. He's pulling out these big.
What were they pulling it out for?
Because they were just helping out the animal. He's like,
Are
"Oh,
you
you're gonna
done?
get ticks off." So he's pulling out these giant ticks out of its ear hole.
We're supposed to be talking about things that we can all talk
It
about.
was disgusting and super satisfying at the same time. Anyway, suck it.
That was a good. That was a shitty segue.
John, was that loud enough? You think they'll hear me? Okay.
Come on, John, get it together over there, bud.
He said, "Yeah, it was good."
"Oh, all right, my
John,
bad."
our expert
I don't want to know anything. I don't want to know anything.
technician.
I don't want to know anything about it, but that everything was
Can't
removed.
just.
Yeah, it was. They got him off.
That's all I want to know.
It was just ticks
I don't
in
want
the
to
ear.
know.
Ticks in the ear, bud.
I love-
Wait. Is there
no,
certain topics
no
we
more.
can't talk
No
about?
He
more.
doesn't like
I'm asking you a
trypophobic
question.
things.
What?
Do you like zip popping videos?
No.
I love them. Like,
Wait, is there-
love them.
What are topics we can't talk about? I gotta jot these down.
No, I'm not talking about things that we can't talk about.
No. You have to tell me
He doesn't like trypophobic things.
what's trepophobic.
when you
No,
see like,
I don't want to tell him
bubbles
that.
and clusters of something,
Oh yeah,
like poison ivy or
like
stuff like that.
like when you get a sunburn.
I've never seen blistering from a sunburn, but maybe.
You've never got a sunburn so bad you blistered?
No.
nope.
Really?
I peel.
Have you?
Yeah, when you're younger and
I
you're
don't
dumb,
burn
you just
that
go outside
bad.
and you just
So
have your shirt
we
off.
tanned pretty well. Seth was
Oh,
always
you guys are
tan.
indoor kids.
No, I was
No, Seth
outdoor.
was like always tan. We used to
I
go
mean,
swimming.
he is the nice.
We
olive-
swam at
dark
Choate
olive
Park
skin.
every day. You ever go Choate Park?
Yeah, why do you think I'm so tall?
Why do you think I'm so tall?
That's because after like
You had to walk across
6
the
years
pond.
later, they deemed it not swimmable.
You know what I think about
Really?
often? Just like
Yeah, you can't
Elmira,
swim in that.
I think about every
They
day.
had to dig it
Oh,
out.
you can't swim there?
No.
We swam there our whole youth.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
It's not
Everybody, did everybody who swam there go bald?
As I said, we're bald.
Everybody in Medway is bald.
You know, I spent
I-
some time in some nasty water. Apparently, that pond.
That's
and
where
then
we literally learned
me and-
to swim.
me and Mike
took lessons
used
in
to
there.
swim in the brook behind our house, which was like just street runoff, basically.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
that,
like-
that was literally.
and in the
trash
ra-
water.
That's wicked, Milf.
In the rain,
That was Milford
in
stuff.
the rainstorms, we go in there and we do like play commando and like kind of march through there and
Yeah.
stuff and like.
That was
pretty awesome.
it was called the brook, so it felt like a river, but it was just runoff from.
It's just a
the street.
crick.
I mean, it is a creek,
It was
but
just
like
it was paved with sort of rock.
it was when it was
all
pouring. We go
rock,
in there and it was
rock.
like, oh,
yeah, it's
wow.
just running off from all the nasty.
It was all street
apartments.
runoff,
It's
yeah.
like the hospital dump wastewater.
Oh.
And I'm wondering, like, I often think, did I go bald because of that? But Mike didn't go bald, so.
No, and he's really tall and.
But he is really tall, so maybe the growth spurt happened to him, and the
What
bald.
happened to me?
Oh yeah,
You got the growth spurt.
you got both.
Oh yeah, you went in both ponds and the
Because
creek.
he literally lived on a river.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
it.
I
The river is 10 feet from your back door.
Yeah, but that's an actual river.
Was that Charles River?
It's
Charles
still
River.
massive.
That river was
There's a lot
notoriously
of-
filthy.
A lot of
No,
Bud
it's
Light.
not.
It
fronted
was
No.
for like a long time. Charles River. That's why that
That's-
song's called
yeah,
"Dirty Water" or something.
No, down near the where it hits the harbor. It's
But all I know is that Charles River was so filthy that like it was known
near
around.
near
Like
the city,
I thought it was
not
just the whole
near
thing.
my backyard.
People put like their cars in it and stuff, and like
Yeah, and it
all
runs from
bodies
the
of
city
water are like
to
that.
Bob's yard.
yeah, but whoever was upstream
Yeah,
from
but
you
it's
was
like-
putting
it's
all
like-
kinds of.
Wait, does the Charles River end in Boston or start?
I don't.
Oh, because it's
No, it
water
goes
runs
out-
to the
it goes
ocean,
into
so
the
it probably
ocean.
goes from your place to the city.
Starts at Bob's house.
You know what's
Yeah,
interesting?
starts at my house.
You literally could get in the river and go to the city from your river in your
Yeah,
backyard.
I had friends
That would
that
be
did
an-
that. It took
Really?
forever.
I was thinking that'd be an interesting thing to do. We
But it's like, but it's not.
terrible.
It's
It's
not
should
a.
do that. We should get a
Oh.
canoe.
It's not a flowing.
We've
It's
documented it for the podcast or Patreon.
But I don't think you can canoe at all.
My friends did that
You're gonna
already.
walk
Hold on,
it.
I'll tell you. They already
Walk
did
it.
that. You do more walking than you do
Who did it?
canoeing.
Did anyone we know?
Yes.
Who? Brendan?
Yes.
Doyle?
Yes.
They really
Some
did?
of them, I don't remember. Dude, this was like 20 years ago.
But anyway,
I don't
you
remember
could walk
exactly who
it.
did it.
You could walk it
It-
in like
you
washes.
literally-
They're like waste.
You take
slip
the
on every
canoe,
rock.
you ride it to a dam or a bridge,
Yeah.
and then you have to get out of the canoe,
Drag it.
hike the canoe over the bridge and onto the other side.
That sounds like a fun challenge.
It's not. And then you go
Nah.
another quarter mile. There's another bridge. You got to do it again. Another bridge. And like you're doing more
How long
hiking
did it take them?
forever. They had to camp in the middle of it
Oh, wow.
because
They started in Medway?
I think so. Yeah. And then even in like if you start behind my mom's house, you go and there's the dam is there. You have to go around the dam.
I like it.
Oh yeah.
It's stupid. It's more hiking than anything.
I know a guy out here, Tom is his name. He does these like kind of neat LA documentaries. He walked the whole LA River. He like went down into like the trench and walked.
Yeah, because there's never water in it.
No.
Well,
But he
there
said
is
There is
sometimes
now.
it's sketchy at times because there's like a lot of people like under the tunnels and
Why is that sketchy?
You don't
People
know-
aren't sketchy.
you don't know who's down there, what's gonna happen. Oh, I watched a documentary on the Las Vegas ones. The
Oh,
Las
that
Vegas
one.
tunnels.
Yeah, that's different.
Those are sketchy because there's like a lot of this people living there, but the people get washed.
Oh, is that from when they had
Las
like the
Vegas will
bunkers under
turn
Las
on
Vegas?
the water, and they'll release the water to wash the homeless people out of the
Shut
tunnels.
up.
They do it on purpose, and there's an alarm sound. Everyone starts running when they hear like they're turning it
Fix my
on,
hat.
and then sometimes they'll do it in their sleep, and they'll wash them out because they don't want them in there.
To kill them.
Yeah, people will die. The homeless people in Las Vegas. It's like this. Whole
I mean,
world of
did they
people.
wash them out on purpose, or is it like an actual runoff
From what I-
for like the city?
There's flash floods warnings because it comes from like above Las Vegas, you know, in the mountains and
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean, if
But
this is
there's
known, why
ones-
aren't?
There was ones they were saying they were doing it on purpose. In the documentary I was watching, they said they were doing it on purpose.
That's what I'm saying. If these people are murdering people, then wouldn't people find out and?
Well, it's the
expose?
city. It's like we can turn our water on if we want. We can turn the flow on, and if there's people in there, oops, that's kind of how it is.
That's you can't get away with that.
You can't. Well, you're not supposed to.
Well, I
be
mean,
in
you
there.
might be
You're
I
able
don't
to
not
like
do
supposed to be
talking
in the
about
tunnel.
that.
You're not supposed to be in the tunnel technically, so
You're not supposed to be
they're
anywhere.
not going to get in trouble for doing it.
Yeah, but still,
We're probably not supposed to be in here right now.
We're not supposed
Three
to.
of us aren't.
Yeah, right.
Stop
right
it.
when we end at 101, they could technically arrest us.
Do you have quizzes? Do you have quizzes?
Yeah,
A
I got quiz. I got quizzes.
I want to see.
Should we
Bob-
do
You want to hear my crappy quiz?
I did.
I gotta get on my phone here. All right. Quiz question number 1.
Is it for both of us?
No, it's for Nate only. Of course, it's both.
No, I didn't know if you had separate. Okay.
Why would I have separate?
No, yeah, I
quizzes?
forgot. Yeah, I forgot how it worked.
An 87 IQ and an 88 IQ are gonna make different quizzes.
No, no,
my
no.
God.
I got.
I know,
gotta be
I'm
at
curious
least.
about what our IQs are.
Oh my!
Wait.
I'm not.
I would like to ask the audience.
There's a bias
please,
test. We found this out a while ago.
If anyone does know their IQ, please comment it and say it because I'd like to read.
Also,
what
it's
a-
also
I don't
just-
know what
I'm
IQ
so bad at
like.
taking
What was
tests.
Einstein?
All
That's
that's-
the database. What was Einstein? Like 160.
It doesn't matter
Yeah, I
because
think
all that
so.
stuff is like whatever. It's like just been debunked and it's.
It doesn't matter. I
it's-
still
it's
want
general knowledge.
It's still fun.
It doesn't mean anything.
My social
I like
IQ is
it.
high, so that's all I care about.
They're also racist.
Average
tests.
human IQ.
What do you no phones on the podcast, bro?
Most people score between 70 and 130, with 100
That's a big
being the
range.
That's a
100
big
an
range.
average.
Yeah, 100 is average. Yes,
Yeah, but
I'm
this
saying I'm like 102.
maybe.
There's no
These
way I'm
tests are
higher. I just
biased.
don't care.
We have till 10 minutes after. Anyway,
Are you gonna let me do the freaking
I'm
quiz
just
or
saying
what?
we have
Am I running the
time.
show today?
we have time. We don't have to rush.
When are you
it.
gonna
We
run
don't
an
rush it to
episode?
the end?
All right, I have my little quiz here.
Okay.
Question 1. What percentage
Oh my god.
of people are allergic to cats?
Oh god.
Oh.
I give you
what?
multiple.
Oh, you do. Okay.
Multiples?
Yeah.
10%,
Mm-hmm.
20%, 30%.
30.
I'm gonna say 30.
Idiots. 10%.
10.
Wow. Because I hear all the time people going, I'm allergic to cats, like all the time.
Yep.
I
Well,
thought it'd be more.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Are you?
that's still a billion people.
Are you allergic?
That's 10% of it's less.
Because you have 2 cats, right?
I'm not. I'm allergic to like dust.
Yeah. Well,
So
that
if
everyone
I'm
is. They'll
if I'm
sneeze
like
if it's
whole
dust.
no, I'm really allergic to dust. Like if I go in somewhere really dusty, I will immediately start sneezing. Like I'm just like
Is that what allergic is then? You just start sneezing if you're allergic to dust? 'Cause
No, it's a histamine
I
reaction.
sneeze all the time when there's too much dust. In my
No,
throat.
no,
It's
no.
blown up in my
Because I think an allergy is when like your histamine sends.
what's histamine?
It's like a thing that responds
Here we go with the science.
to the invasion.
We don't need a genius. We have one.
I don't know if you guys.
I told you I'm 1.5% science. You guys are 1.
Wait, so what is the allergy?
It's some kind of hormone or something that responds to like, oh, there's pollen in your system, and it sends that histamine to your to kind of like get it out,
Is
and
that
that's
why you
what
get
creates
antihistamine.
that's what creates the itching eyes and the snots and like the reaction. But it's actually helping you fight off whatever the
eyes.
invasion is. I think.
All right, I'm still
Yeah.
allergic to dust.
Get clear eyes.
Clear eye.
That
No
guy.
more
I
history.
forgot
All
about
right.
him.
Question 2. You guys are 0 for. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
What is a group of flamingos called?
Oh,
I used to know this. At
I
one
did
point
too. It's called
Wait, yeah, you want me
Yeah,
to give
yeah.
you the
Oh, you're gonna go
multiples?
multiple for sure.
Wait.
Multiples?
Let me see if I can
know it.
remember real quick.
I won't
It's a
tell you.
weird word, I think.
It's not like no. They eat shrimp. That's what. Okay. What is it?
Multiple.
Multiple choice.
It's called a pink parade,
Mm-hmm. He made that one up.
flamboyance, or birds of a feather.
Flamboyance.
I guess I don't know. Pink parade.
He made that one up.
Flamboyance.
They knew it.
Yeah.
Did you make up?
Dude, pink parades are good.
Did you make that up?
Yeah.
I knew you did.
I mean, they all sounded made up.
Bob,
Yeah,
loves,
yeah,
Bob
yeah.
loves pink. Look at his shorts.
Yeah. All right.
Flamboyance. I knew that one.
I thought I knew
Winning.
that.
This is for $25, by the way.
$25.
This is for $25. If you lose,
No,
you gotta give
it's
them
for.
$25.
I have to.
No, it determines
Contestant, someone had
which
to
of us
pay.
is the genius of the podcast.
Yeah, but
Every
it's
week it
20.
changes.
I'm running the quiz. It's for $25. Whoever wins.
Who he has to give me $25?
Yeah, if you, but you,
Forcing him to give me $25.
I never conceded. To
you
this.
don't have to. It's part of the podcast. You don't
Consented,
get to-
conceded.
You said you're
It's
doing
also
it.
part of the podcast that you have to give us $25 just for participating in this.
No. That's I'm running the show. You don't get to make the rules.
Well,
for that.
next week you owe
next
me
week,
$50.
next week, but you're gonna forget because you're stupid.
So every week it's just gonna go. The ledgers is.
Can
gonna
we
go
get
up.
to the third?
That's up to
The third
you.
question here.
Yep.
All right. What was the original color of Coca-Cola?
Oh.
Ooh. I knew this. You have multiple choice or
Yeah,
just-
multiple choice.
Oh, give me the multiple
want it?
choice.
Black,
I'm gonna say white.
brown, or green,
Oh, great. Never mind.
or white. You want white?
Black,
Put white.
brown.
Oh,
you want white?
Wait, you said
Put
black,
white.
brown, or green?
It
Yes.
is brown.
But isn't
now.
Coke black and brown now?
No, it's brown. I think it was.
Currently, it's brown.
Is this when it had cocaine in it?
You sure it's not black?
Yes.
It had cocaine in it when it was a different.
No,
color.
that was like it wasn't in it very long.
What are the three colors?
The original black, brown, green. None of which you can see.
I don't think it was green. I think it was black. I'm gonna be mad if I'm
I'm
wrong.
gonna say black.
Black.
The
Wow.
I'm gonna say
myth
green.
is
I'm
that
gonna
it
say
was
green.
green, which is
Brown.
incorrect. If
So it's
you
always been
look
brown.
Into
So
it,
it's always
it's
been
brown. Yeah.
So it's always been the same
Still
color.
brown.
Yeah, it's been brown.
That's a trick question. That's a trick question because I knew it was brown now, but you made it sound like
Yeah.
basically you said there it was another color. Which one was it?
No, I didn't say that. I said, what's the original color?
Trick
By
question.
proposing that question, you lied to us.
All right, this is.
I didn't know Coke was brown
You owe
now.
me $25 for that.
What do you mean you didn't know Coke was brown? What color?
Because I can't tell what color it is. It looks black.
I've
but
only
it looks
known
brown.
because I've purposely used it to make pit stains on T-shirts,
Go.
and it makes it look like a.
Oh,
good-
it does. It
Yeah.
makes it like that gnarly yellow,
It's
right?
because
I
you
did it
can't
for
you
Trevor.
can't
I did
you
it for
can't see
Trevor.
through it, so it looks like black.
It makes it look yellow, but then if you do it enough, it gets.
You got to
like,
put it in a
brown.
clear glass. That's why.
That's
if
a colorblind
if there's
trick.
Not a lot of light on it. It's black looking.
Yeah, like in the cabinet, it looks black.
But if you put a light through the other side of the cup, you can kind of see it's brown.
Oh, maybe I only did 4 questions.
Worst quiz
I think I
master.
did. Well, I did 1,000 for this next episode. So, all right, this is a Minecraft question.
Oh,
I
nice.
lost this quiz.
He'll
entirely.
never know that.
That's gonna you can.
Did I get any right?
No, not yet.
I never get any
What,
right.
did I
on
only
these
get
quizzes.
one right?
My general knowledge.
We gotta go back and
You're
see
the
if you-
smart one who knows.
Yeah, no, but my
You're
general.
the only one in this group that reads, but you're the dumbest.
My
one.
general knowledge, like of like pop culture things or whatever, like is
Flamingos,
bad.
pop culture.
Oh, but that's like weird. I know certain things. Like I could tell you like about how to fix a car or something.
You can
or,
fix
like,
a whole car. So if I take a car apart, you can fix it,
I could put it back together.
the whole thing.
He could. He went to mechanic college.
Up till like 2005, because I don't know anything about like hybrids.
Up to 2000.
I don't know anything about
2006,
hybrids.
Nah.
I don't know about hybrids and stuff.
All right, here's a Minecraft question here. This is a specific one from Nate, probably. What happens to a villager if it gets struck by lightning?
In a video
Ooh,
game,
this was a tough one.
I don't know that.
Ooh, I knew
You
this.
have
was a-
options? Multiple.
Oh, I
choice?
got multiple.
All right, I'll know if you give me multiple choice.
they turn into a light energy
It's close.
collection. Like you,
Do you
like
want the
their-
multiples?
Their electric energy.
Yeah.
They die. They turn into a witch. Or C, it makes gold.
Turn into a witch.
Oh, let's say gold.
Turns into a witch.
Yep. That's interesting. That I didn't know that, but I was like,
I thought like, oh,
that
it's like alchemy or something. I don't know.
I didn't know the game made them. I thought they were already just in the program.
Oh, the witches?
Yeah, I didn't know that they could be made a witch.
Yeah. They. I don't know.
That must
I
be
was
such
just
a
reading.
rare.
It was.
occurrence.
I was like googling like weird Minecraft questions, and they were the crappiest
That's a
things ever.
super rare occurrence.
Yeah, well, because you always have.
I've only seen lightning once in the game in 5 years.
Do you know that?
yeah, you. Well, no, it rains a lot.
I talked to you about this
Not lightning,
once.
though. I don't see the
Oh.
lightning.
Remember when we were in Sequoia and
I don't.
we climbed into that tree and we made you go inside too, Bob, and you went in? He's not listening.
I'm listening.
You have more questions?
No, yeah, but I'm still listening.
But do you have more
You
questions?
know what attention deficit disorder is?
Yes.
Do 6 things.
Are we done the quiz? Or do you have more?
I'm looking.
Well, I was just going to say something about lightning. It was that.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
So I win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got 2, and Ding Dong got 0.
That's 0.
Nice.
I've never won a quiz.
And it's honestly just a guessing game.
Oh, I have a second
Guess
one.
the right one.
I have another one.
Oh, you do?
Quiz?
Well, here, I'll tell you this
Like,
lightning
it's not
story.
really- It's
real
a
quick.
fun fact.
I'll tell you this lightning story. And then that's where we were. And remember we climbed in the tree inside the hollow tree in
Yep.
Sequoia?
Sequoia.
Yeah.
And we went up in Nathan's
Oh, the BMW. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there's a rock out there. I think you went there once and you hiked out on that rock. It's like a really short little hike.
Yeah.
And there's a handrail and you can follow it.
That's all I can do.
It's called like something rock. I can't remember
Like
what it's
south.
Mono Rock or I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, there's a picture of these 2 kids in the 70s. And like they're like this and they have long hair and like their hair's like going like this. They're like standing up from static
yeah.
electricity. And the sky is like black behind them. And then like
Because the lightning bolt's about to come.
within like 2-3 minutes after that photograph was taken, the kid got struck by lightning.
Did he die?
That was the lightning charging up in him in the photograph.
That's creepy.
And they have that picture up there? Is it a lightning?
Well,
You can look it
warning
up.
Did he
picture?
die?
It's not lightning. It's the kid being charged
But
up.
Did he
Yeah, but-
die?
No, he didn't die. Took him to the hospital. He lived.
Yeah, but then he got shot in the foot and he died instantly.
It's on the foot.
In the foot. Good callback. Good callback. He was on the testicle, and then he died.
No, wait. okay,
But yeah, you
don't
can look
do
at the
the-
picture and you can see the 2 kids and they're like this.
Is it a like a warning for lightning?
Yeah, when you start feeling static electricity and your hair starts standing up.
So what are you
better-
supposed to do? Run down the freaking mountain?
Yeah, basically
Leave
it's all
that spot
Yeah,
at least.
and lay
Yeah,
it.
doesn't
lay
everybody know
down
that? Don't climb tall shit in storms.
because he was on a bare rock.
It's the open spot. That's the
I know, I've
prime
been up
picking.
But it wasn't raining or anything. It was just the clouds. The thunderstorm was coming. Like you could see the clouds in the background.
I don't
Like,
hike anymore.
Don't
so.
be near a sequoia tree, the tallest trees ever, during a lightning.
No, it's better to be around the trees
Yeah, it's better to be that.
because
But
they're
that-
more likely to get hit.
Yeah, then that's what I'm saying. The tree's gonna explode, and you're gonna be standing next to it.
Possibly.
I'm saying
but,
don't be at the sequoias.
One
Yeah, that
sequoia-
too.
Go away.
But if you happen to be
Ones
there,
don't explode when they get hit by lightning.
You never know.
trees.
They live.
No, they blow up a lot of times
Blow.
because the moisture in the tree gets instantly like heated.
They don't blow up.
Some
Yeah,
of them,
yeah.
you don't know.
Cracked.
A lightning
You
is
can
very-
see them. There's a live.
I would
Yes, but it depends.
I would not
Everything's
think
different. but
anything is guaranteed with lightning.
every strike, there's trees that have been vaporized, and then there's trees.
Do you know what the word vapor?
Yeah, because that water instantly becomes superheated.
So
and
it got hit
blows
by
the tree up.
lightning, and there is nothing left of
There's
that
a
tree.
stump.
No way that's ever happened.
Some
Yes!
of them
No
vaporized,
way.
sure.
And then
A
sometimes
sequoia,
the limb gets blown off.
200-foot tall tree.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking
vaporized.
about trees. I'm talking about trees.
Oh yeah, a 10-foot
but
tree,
still,
maybe.
it's
not
not
a 200
smart
footer.
to be around anything that would get hit by lightning.
But
during
sometimes a limb gets blown off, yes, and sometimes
as
a
you got
tree
rubber
burns,
on
catches
you,
on
tight.
fire.
Also, a piece of branch could fall and land on your head.
A piece of branch.
Yeah, a sequoia branch bonk you to
Just
death.
a piece of the branch, not the whole branch.
You never know. Whole piece, multiple pieces.
If a piece of
A
a branch,
whole piece.
even if a piece of a branch falls from 40 feet, it's going to be
I think
pretty damaging.
I think the whole piece is a little.
Well, thank you for watching, everybody.
Are we done?
I think so.
Holy crap!
Are you ready? Are you going to do the outro as the host?
What's the outro?
Patreon. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, okay. Go over what I'm supposed to do for the outro for me.
Well, that's the episode, everyone. Thanks for watching the Volume Podcast.
Volume podcast.
Thanks for tuning in.
The show where there's lots
Come back
of it.
next week.
We got to come up with if there is going to be a catchphrase or quote or a title.
Yeah, it's called Volume.
The Volume Podcast, where there's the show where there's lots of it.
Where there's plenty to be heard.
What did be heard? We can come up with
There's
something.
plenty to be
Maybe
heard.
the audience will tell us what our
Volume
catchphrase is.
Is that the t-shirt
Also,
going to say? There's plenty to be heard.
I need to say thank you to Meldrumis, who for creating Meldrumis, the viewer who created our banner, our logo, our
Thanks, Mel.
avatar, the
Thank
V,
you.
the word, the graphic design.
Yeah, we got all the socials up and running soon.
Socials are up.
At
this point, you guys hopefully have already seen it.
Tic-tacky. What else we got?
The YouTube has the link of the Patreon, the TikTok, the Instagram, and the Discord.
Are we doing Facey
and
books?
the Twitter. There's no Discord.
We might have to do Facey
the
books,
Twitter.
dude.
I'm not ever gonna go.
You're not doing any of the.
I haven't gone to Facebook since.
You're not doing any of the
2016.
socials, so it doesn't matter.
2016 is the last time I used Facebook, and I have no plan on going back.
Keeping you off of the comment section is gonna be the hardest part.
YouTube and uploading the podcast is what I'll do. I'll upload to YouTube and then Spotify, and then it will go out to the sources. You can do the sources.
So everybody needs
See,
to check.
now I would argue that this conversation is no more interesting than what I was talking about.
This
when
is
you
the
said it was boring.
outro, and he's dragging me down some random.
No, we're
thing.
talking about the Insta Nasty.
Yeah,
TikTok,
but I'm saying that's
people.
kind of
The
boring.
audience needs to know. Oh, they have a
Are we?
Twitter.
Are
Oh,
we?
they have
Are we
this.
doing a tweeter?
There it is.
But they'll already know because they'll go
I
online and
sent
find
you
it.
every link and
I don't
every
know how to-
password and everything.
I don't know how to tweeter though.
Then figure it out. I don't need doing these Twitter. Twitter's dumb.
I
Nobody
hate
uses it.
Twitter.
I don't.
Nobody needs to hear this
It
in the
exists.
podcast.
Well, honestly, when you said do the socials, I was like, I can do Instagram and Tiki-Tacs.
That's all people use, anyways. Who cares?
That's all I want to do.
Dude, speaking
Well, I
of
can do the
Tic Tacs,
Facey
I saw
books.
some UFOs the other night, and I don't know what they were.
We
But
need
we'll have to
do
talk about that
Facey
another
books.
time.
We gotta get the old folks watching.
You're saying the best thing of the episode. after
Also,
everything.
last night I saw something even stranger.
You saw a
Wait, you saw?
Then
He ends with, "Oh, I saw a UFO." We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that
What
later.
the heck?
We gotta go. We're out of time.
All right.
Tune in next week, everybody. Trevor got abducted.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.